We have another Marvel movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing Thor #1. I remember when this first came out, it was definitely a movie that was very different from a superhero movie that I had ever seen. For the story, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. Here's the thing about Thor #1. I just think they could have started his story with a very different focus. In the movie, you see that Thor is not worthy of his hammer and he gets banished to Earth. For Thor's origin movie to primarily take place on Earth, I just think it's a miss. I think they definitely should have focused more on Asgard. For the acting, I give it a 4.3 out of 10. Eesh. Unfortunately, there's just nothing that impresses me too much in this movie. As you get to later movies in the MCU, you see that Chris Hemsworth really steps into his role as Thor a lot better and more, he's just more comfortable as the God of Thunder. But in this first movie, it could not have looked like he did not know what he was doing any more than he did. I know that's a strong take. I just think that the way he portrays the character in the first movie is just not impressive to me. For the action, I gave it a 6.9 out of 10. Lots of cool moments in this movie. I love the moments with the hammer. Obviously, Mjolnir is such a cool weapon for any character in the Marvel Universe. In the beginning of the movie, when he goes and fights the Frost Giants in Jotunheim, that's really cool. And there's obviously the big beast that they have to fight. And then you have the scene with the metal giant that Thor fights inside of the small town. For aura moments, I gave it a 4.9 out of 10. Again, this movie just doesn't have a ton of moments that are very superhero-esque. Maybe it's because Thor is not actually a superhero. He's literally a mythological god. But for me, this movie, because it exists in the MCU, it needs to have more moments where you base the character around the premise of him being a superhero. And for the pacing, I give it a 5.8 out of 10. I love the way the movie starts with Thor and all the surrounding cast in Asgard. Again, I think they should have stayed there. I think they should have focused on that. That would have made for a better movie, in my opinion. When they go to Earth, obviously, he connects with Jane Foster, and he has to learn how to be worthy again. All in all, the pacing doesn't impress me. The story just kind of gets boring in certain moments. Some of my favorite moments from this movie is the Bifrost flying. I think anytime the Bifrost is used, it is a very cool element in any Marvel movie. Loki shines in this movie. Tom Hiddleston as Loki, I will stand on this, is one of the best Marvel characters that exists in every single movie he's in. So this movie is going to be getting a 5.28 out of 10. If you want to join me as I review every single Marvel movie and project pre-Doomsday, make sure to like and subscribe to the All Good in the Hood show.